It's me, it's Queen Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So I want to talk to you guys about something that just trips me out. And I've been seeing this for years. And I didn't know when I was getting these messages as a young girl, I didn't realize how important this was until I got older. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, I have a friend, a really good friend. She's a Virgo. I talk about her all the time. And I come home from vacation and her eye is out to here. And I'm like, what happened to your eye? And she's like, well, the doctor said it's stress. And I was like, stress over what? And she was like, well, it was Christmas time and I didn't have all the money that I needed to get things for the kids. And I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. So Christmas wasn't that great and I was worried about things. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me because you couldn't buy some extra presents, you stressed yourself out to the point that your eye is sticking out your head? Then another friend told me that she cried all day on Christmas. And I'm like, why? And she was like, because my son, her son is 7, I couldn't get him X, something she wanted to get him. And I was like, so you bought him presents, right? Y'all had a Christmas. I saw your pictures. You had a beautiful dinner. You had company over. You mean to tell me all Christmas morning you cried? And she was like, well, I wanted to get him this and I didn't have that. And I'm like, so basically you cried for the stuff that you didn't have all Christmas morning while your son was playing with the stuff that he did have and was very appreciative for. So I was like, did your son have a bad time? Did he cry? She was like, no, he was great. He was so happy. He got this Hot Wheels set that he wanted and blah, blah, blah. And she said, but it was things I wanted to get him that I didn't get him. And I was just sitting there shaking my head after hearing these two situations. I was just like, I don't fucking believe this. It's like we live in the most materialistic society in the world where you can't even enjoy the good things anymore because you're worried about what you don't have, or you're upset because what you couldn't give. Her son, in the first case, both of them have sons. The first one has 2 sons, and the other one has 1 son. All of their sons are happy with Christmas. They're completely content. But the moms are stressed out and crying. Then I was on Facebook and I was looking through, scrolling through my Facebook. This was like the day after Christmas and the day before Christmas when I was off. And I'm scrolling through Facebook and I'm seeing people, oh, the Grinch stole Christmas, the rent stole Christmas, different people saying different things like that. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, people, Christmas is not about the presents that you buy people. I didn't get any presents for Christmas at all. As a matter of fact, let me think. So my brother gave me money and my sister gave me money. I did get cash for Christmas. But that was it. And when I was in the States, I would get a lot of presents from people because obviously, I was in the States and I would go to parties, I would bring gifts, I would get gifts. I didn't get any gifts. And I didn't feel any different this year than I felt any other year. I didn't get any gifts last year other than a little bit of money that my family sent me. I think I might have got $100 both years, something like that. And was very appreciative and very grateful for it and did not feel slighted or upset or anything. I was happy as hell. Me and my daughter, we went on vacation both years. Well, first year we went to Panama. We didn't have a lot of money or any gifts, but we went to Panama. We hung out. We got in the pool. It was warm. It was nice. We had a little bit of money to buy a couple things we wanted from the mall. I think I bought her a suitcase and I got myself one. I might have bought a ring, a little $10, pyrite ring or something. I mean, people, we've gotten to the point where we are allowing ourselves to be distraught over materialism. And when we don't have something, it ruins the whole occasion. And that's not right. That's not how it's supposed to be. When people used to celebrate Christmas and these earlier, I'm going to call them happy holiday celebrations, especially even like Kwanzaa, a lot of the gifts were supposed to be small and handmade, for that very reason. They were supposed to be small gifts. Nowadays, It's like the gift is the entire holiday, and that's not what it is. The gift is just part of the holiday, you know? And it's sad to me to see people, on this holiday or for their any time, because this doesn't happen at Christmas time only. It happens, like I said, when a friend has or kid has a birthday and they can't afford to get them some astronomical thing their kid wants to have. Some of the times these kids ask for crazy shit that people cannot afford. Like I was in Philly once, and this young man's mother got him a camel for his like graduation or something. He wanted to make Dubai in Philly. So she bought a camel and had sand brought in and all this whole crazy shit. And I'm looking at it thinking to myself, that's great if that's what you want to spend your money on, but I wouldn't allow myself to get so caught up in these kind of things. Let me tell y'all something about Christmas this year. Christmas this year, I was in Medellin, one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And I on Christmas Day, mostly everything it was shut down. People in Latin America are very serious about Christmas. So everything was shut down. The day before I went to the store, I was able to get milk and cereal and bread and ham, just some stuff to have in the refrigerator. And so Christmas Day, we couldn't go anywhere. There was nowhere to go. So we only had a little bit of money. We had enough money that we could have went to a restaurant, but nothing was open. So we ate what we had. And do you think we were sad and crying and, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that? No, we were eating and laughing and drinking I was sipping rum and, and sleeping, and we had a wonderful time regardless, because we made do and made the best of what we had. And I learned that from my mother. My mother is somebody I have a lot of difficulty with. She's a Capricorn. So we have a lot of difficulty. But she taught me a couple lessons in life that have been so important that I've used them throughout my entire life. And that's one of them. My mother grew up with 12 sisters and brothers. She is the oldest. They had very little. They didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of things. My grandmother stretched every dime. She made sure that she took care of every child in that house. And one of the things that we were taught from my grandmother's teaching that came down to my mother, that came down to me, that went down to my daughter, is to appreciate and make do with what you have. No matter what I have, I make do with it. And I'm appreciative of it. And it changes the vibration and the attitude of the situation when you look at it that way. The next time it's Christmas, it's your birthday, it's Easter, it's whatever, and you don't have whatever you want or think you should have, look at what you do have instead. Shift your focus. Stop looking at the cake you couldn't buy. Stop thinking about the toy you couldn't get your kid. Think about what you do have. Appreciate that. Let that day be surrounded with appreciation and gratitude for what you do have. In most cases, you'll get what you don't have later. Don't even let that ruin the day. Appreciate what you do have. I was very appreciative for that, for those frosted flakes and that milk at 4:00 in the afternoon when I was hungry. I was very appreciative of that ham sandwich too. After I had sipped all that rum and my stomach was hurting. So appreciate what you got. We don't always have the best of everything, and some of my friends are abundant. They're rich. So they have everything that they want. And still, they're whining to me about things they didn't have. Well, we had, 3 hams and 2 turkeys and some stuffing, but Billy couldn't come home this year, so it was a bummer. And I'm like, what? I got 27 gifts, but I didn't get that pair of earrings I wanted. You can't be serious. We have turned into that. And I don't think most people see how ugly it is. What we've turned into, how ugly what we've turned into is. I mean, we all like beautiful things. Yeah, I love beautiful things. But when I don't have them, it's not the end of the world. I'll get them later. or I'll get them next time, you know? So I wanted you guys to think about this because I see this with a lot of people. Like I see this all day long. Christmas is the biggest time, but I see it all year. I see it all year. This energy of being ungrateful. The universe loves gratitude. And the more you're grateful for what the universe gives you, the more the universe will give you to be grateful for. Some of you guys who have a poverty mindset, this is one of the things that can help turn it around. Anybody who, I don't care where your social economic situation is, I don't care if you work at T-Mobile or you the CEO of Nabisco, anywhere on that spectrum, even if you're homeless and don't have a job, practicing gratitude can take you from wherever you are to the next level. So please, if you weren't able to get something or give something or whatever the case was for this Christmas or any other occasion, look at what you do have. Look at what you did give. And let that be enough. Okay? I'll see you guys later. So listen, before I go, if you like this video, please pass it on to other people. All right? Please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to donate to my channel, I'll leave my PayPal. If you would like to sign up for an oracle card reading or a tarot reading, or if you want me to answer a free question for you, a general question, I'll leave my email. All general questions are free. But if you have a specific question, you're going to have to sign up and get a reading. Okay? Readings are very inexpensive, by the way. $35 for 30 minutes and $68 for 60 minutes. So they're not very expensive and you get a lot of time. Okay? See you guys later. Bye-bye.